May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Cuke Audio podcast, A Brief Memory. I'm DC Pumbaa of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, preserving the legacy of Shunryu Suzuki and those whose paths crossed his, and anything else that comes to mind. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable and free from economic hardship and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. Today's brief memory comes from Kaye, the abbot of Kanando, what came from the Los Altos Zendo. He was ordained by Shunryu Suzuki in 1970, I think. Early. Maybe in 71. I think he was ordained in 71 in January. Yeah. And he has really stuck with it. He has been there, very dependable. Not in any trips, just taking care of the Los Altos Zendo. He's published some books. Very straightforward, down-to-earth guy who was with IBM for many years. Different. He had a very different background than a lot of people. Anyway, this is a brief memory from Les. This is possibly straight out of Crooked Cucumber, because this story's in Crooked Cucumber. Quite likely, I think it's also either in Zen is Right Here or the upcoming Zen is Right Now. But only the second edition of Crooked Cucumber, because I made a bad mistake, and I attributed in the book the story to myself. One of the most embarrassing things when he told me. And when he told me, I instantly realized, of course, that's true. I wouldn't have asked this question. But you know why I did it? I did all these interviews for years, people collecting oral history, and one of the, somebody, I don't know which one, told me this story and that I had been the one asking the question. So I put in the book that I asked the question. But Les then gently corrected me. He's very soft-spoken and humble. He said, well, actually, that was me who asked that. So there was another story in there that I said was me that never would have been me. But again, I got an email from a guy that I'd picked up hitchhiking, and he reminded me of this story, and so I included it. But it wasn't something I would have done at all. And, again, even more so than this one. So that's changing. I mean, nobody would really care but me. Anyway, here we go. Les was at Tassajara for a week with his wife and children. He was asked if his car could be used to go pick up some Japanese priests because there were more people coming in than their best vehicle could carry. He recalls, then, I should write there, than Tassajara's best vehicle could carry. They were leaving their vehicles parked outside at Jamesburg because they didn't want to go over the road. I think it was August 1968, during the second year we were there, the guest season. He recalls, I remember when all those great Zen teachers were at Tassajara, Dick Baker saying, now it's a great opportunity to ask some of these great teachers a question. And I asked, what's the best way to establish Buddhism in America? So they spoke amongst themselves and agreed that each one wanted to answer it. And I remember Yasutani speaking in Japanese and being translated. And I remember Edo getting up and being very dramatic, and Soen too, and Maizumi. I remember Suzuki Roshi getting up last and saying, "I have nothing to say." And we all roared, and it was over. He went out the side door. Okay, Les, thanks for that. And again, my apologies for stealing it from you. It was an accidental theft. And I corrected it every opportunity I can. The Cuke Archives are strewn with apologies to Les. Okay, very good. This has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm DC Poobah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sanur with Dogette Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.